Alright, welcome to another tutorial from Tiemeg Studio, guys. In this particular video, I will show you how to retouch this image from this to this, step by step. Let's get started. If you are following along, I am going to include the link to download this particular picture in the video description. So download it and open it inside Photoshop, and let's start step by step. Now, as you can see, the image is really complex. Let us go here on the background and add a copy by pressing Ctrl+J. Let's rename it to Healing. Before we continue, it is always nice for us to spend some time to get rid of these dark spots here and there. That is simply going to facilitate the whole process. So I'm going to switch to the Spot Healing brush tool from here, and all the settings here look okay, and then I'll make sure the healing layer is selected. I'll just begin to paint with the Spot Healing brush tool to get rid of these dark spots and bumps. After you are done, go here on the healing layer and press Ctrl+J twice to add 2 copies of it. Select this layer and press Ctrl+J to put that into a group. Let us rename this one to Color, and let's rename this one to Texture. Right click on the texture layer and convert it to a smart object. Press Ctrl+I to invert it, then change its blending mode from normal to vivid light. Let us go to Filter, Blur, and add Gaussian Blur. The radius you input here will depend solely on your photograph. I'm going to leave it 1.1 pixels or click OK. Then I'll go again to Filter, choose Border, and add High Pass. Again, this radius is solely dependent on your particular image, or if you are working along with me, I want to have step-by-step result. Input 18 pixels here and then just click OK. Hold the Alt key, that will be the Option key on the Mac, and with the texture layer selected, simply click on the camera icon here to add an inverted mask. Make sure the mask is selected. Then switch to the brush tool, click here and choose Soft Round Brush. Press the D key to make sure the foreground color is set to white. On the options bar, if you allow the opacity and flow set to 100%, the brush will have a lot of influence on the image, which is actually what we want. But in some images, you might need to reduce the flow and opacity to have greater control. I'm just going to leave the opacity and flow set to 100%, and I might just adjust that when necessary. So I'm going to paint over the image to fix it in fast forward mode, and see you when this process is over. After you are done with this process, go to the Layers panel, hold the Shift key and click to select these 2 layers. Press Ctrl+G to group them. Let us rename this group to Retouch. Let us toggle here to see the before and after. So this is the before and this is the after. The next thing we have to do now is to add the shadows and the highlights. So let us simply click on the adjustment layer icon and add the curves adjustment layer. Select the target icon here and just click here and drag it up. That is going to increase the highlights. Select the marks and then press Ctrl+I to invert it. Pick the brush tool, set the opacity to 30% and let's leave the flow to 30% as well. Make sure the foreground color is set to white and then gradually begin to paint to add the highlights. That looks okay. Now let us add another curves adjustment layer on top. And let's just click here to add a clipping mask. Now the curves layer above it is being limited to this one only. So let us select the one we added earlier on and also hold the Alt key and clip it to the retouch group. By clipping, we make sure that all these adjustments only affect what is within this group and not the other groups. Let us click on this icon right here to bring the curves property. Let us also click on the target hand icon here and just locate the shadows. The shadows represent the darkest portions on the image. I don't really want a portion that is too dark, which is why I'll come somewhere around here. Just click there and drag down to reduce the shadows even more. Let us select the marks and invert it by pressing Ctrl+I. Switch to the brush tool and then just gradually begin to paint with a soft round brush to reveal the shadows like so. Let us see the before and after. Let us rename it to shadows and reduce the opacity. Let us rename this one to highlights. Let us now come to the layers panel and select these two layers. Then hold the Ctrl key and add the retouch group. Press Ctrl+G to group everything there. If you downloaded this image from the link in the video description, then go to the Paths panel. If you cannot find the Paths panel here, go to Window and then choose Paths from here. We need to brighten the teeth, which is why I took some time to create these paths in advance. You can also use the lasso tool to manually select them. To load the teeth with this path, simply hold the Ctrl key and click here. To add these ones here at the bottom, hold Ctrl key together with the Shift key and click here. Now they get added. Right now the feather value is set to 0 while I created this selection. To soften the selection around the portions with the teeth, let us press Shift F6. That is going to bring the feather radius and let's just make it 2 and click OK. Return to the layers panel and then let's just click here and choose hue saturation. Because that selection was active, the hue saturation will automatically come in with that selection as a max. Let's click here and input -120, increase the saturation and increase the lightness. That will automatically brighten the teeth. Again, this is the before and this is the after. If it is too bright, you can take the overall opacity down. I'm going to leave it like this. I'm going to simply grab the hue saturation and put it within this retouch group. Now let's see the before and after of everything we have done. This is the before and this is the after. The next thing we might also do is to dodge the eyes or make them even brighter. For that, let us add a stand visible layer by pressing Ctrl, Shift, Alt and E. That brings everything we have done onto a separate layer. Let us hide every other layer or group here and make sure just the group we have created is visible. Go to the toolbar and switch to the dodge tool. Make sure the ratio is set to mid-tones. Zoom in, increase the size of the brush. Let's just begin to paint here to add some highlights to the whitest portions of the eyes like so. I also want to sharpen the portions around the eyes, so I'm going to right click here and convert this into a smart object. Then I'll go to filter, then I'll choose sharpen and I'll just add smart sharpen. I will just leave all these default settings here and click OK. Since the smart sharpen came in with the marks, I'm going to make sure the marks is selected. Then I'm going to invert it by pressing Ctrl+I. Then with the soft round brush, I'm going to reduce the opacity and reduce the flow. Then I'll make sure the foreground color is set to white. Now I'll gradually begin to paint over the portions I want to see the sharpening happen there. This is before and this is the after. So this is how the image looked from the beginning. And this is how the picture looks right now. Thank you so much for following along. If you found this video very helpful, please support our channel by subscribing and giving us a like. Thank you, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Bye bye.